What's up, guys? Welcome back to BLWA Diecast. Today we have 3 Johnny Lightnings to unbox, so let's crack them open. All right. Let's start off with the 1962 Chevrolet Bel Air. This one is in specific Twilight Blue Poly. This is a very nice car. This was actually the second highest trim level you can get on a Chevrolet. It used to be the first highest in 1957 and 58, but in 58 the Impala was introduced as an extra trim line of the Bel Air, and then it was made its own model, the highest model, the next year. Let's look at some of the details in the box. Got the facts right there. And very nice red card. I like that color red on the card. Very basic back. Just some Johnny Lightning information. Very good. It is part of the Classic Gold series. Not much to say for it. I mean, it's a Johnny Lightning. Not like a super special edition. It's a people's car, which I like. It's, you know, everyday Joe car. So let's open her up. Or maybe not. There we go. Oh yeah. Right. All right, Chevy Bel Air. Man, this one looks really nice. I'm really liking it. This is my first time seeing this car, obviously. And I wasn't so sure about it in the packaging, but it looks a lot nicer now. Doesn't roll very good. Better than the Oldsmobile in the last video, but not a great roll. Some absolute steamrollers, though. See if it's something that can be fixed. No, I think it's just the way. Oh, it's this back tire right here. It seems like it's too close to the frame. It's just kind of pushing up. Yeah, because these all roll nice. It's just this one. Okay, well, that's not bad. It's already rolling better. So let's look at some of the details on this car. There's a little bit of gap on the hood there, but that's fine. Got the dual headlights side by side. Egg crate grille. No front license plate. There is a rear license plate. What does that say? Bubbly, because it's a bubble top. A bubble top is the roof. It's the type of roof style, windshield style. I don't really know how to explain it perfectly, but you see it's kind of like a very round shape as opposed to like a box sitting on top of the other box. You can see I really like this line going down here on the side there. I think it's very distinctive of this era of Chevrolet. Slanted line, and then we have this trim line on the top. Gigantic rear cargo area. You could fit a bunch of golf bags in there. I like these rims. They're almost kind of like Steelies, but like maybe a level up from the Steelies. Very good interior design. It's kind of that, what is it, the Twilight Blue Poly carried in there. Very nice. It's a very basic Chevrolet, but that's what I admire about it, right? It's just the simplicity of it all. It kind of blends into the background, but in that of itself, it also stands out. So it's really, really a cool car. A little decal on the front there. I'm not sure what that says. Right there. Probably the engine displacement. Yeah, it looks like maybe it's the Fuelie logo, fuel injected. Speaking of fuel and fuel injection, that means it's time to check out the engine. Oh, you know what? Hold up. You know what I just noticed? These two stripes on the top, not stripes, but raised details, are like on the 57 Bel Air. It has the two things that poke out the front. Here, let me show you. All right, here we go. Here I have a kind of a large scale Bel Air here. These two little projectiles, I forgot what they're called, that stick out right here. That's what these lines on the top represent. That is so cool. All right, let's open the engine now. See, all right, that's a big old engine open. That thing opens very wide. Very, very beautiful red engine, highly detailed, which is what we're looking for in a car like this. Very nice indeed. Lots of detail, man. A big old engine in this Bel Air too. Man, I love the Bel Airs. I'm so happy I have this one, man. This is gonna be a great addition to my collection. I think we checked out the license plate. We didn't check out the rest of the back end. Got that Chevrolet logo on there. Green license plate, by the way. Kind of weird. Got two little projectile tail lights. We have that little V carried through here too on this trim piece right under the Chevrolet logo. Very good car. Very beautiful Chevrolet. It's understated, but in that, it's beautiful. So let's move on to our Johnny Lightning Super 70s 2-pack. Now, I believe this is the first 2-pack I've unboxed on this channel. Very big. A lot. Well, actually, is it taller? It is not taller than a typical Johnny Lightning card. Let's see if I back them all the way up there, if you can kind of see them. They're the same height. So I guess they just add a car on top. They don't actually make a bigger card. That's smart. Here are the facts on the side. Again, basic Johnny Lightning card on the back, but it's 2-pack sets instead of regular sets. All right, so let's crack into this 2-pack. We're going to start off with the 1976 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Oh, it's pulling a matchbox on us and not opening all the way. Gotta love when that happens. All right. So I'm going to just pull out the Oldsmobile for now. And we can pull out the Buick later. All right. 1976 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. First off, rolls kind of funny. Kind of bounces. But I mean, let's be honest. All these cars did, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so the Cutlass, for some reason, sold like hotcakes in the 70s and 80s. Like, people just loved the Cutlass. And they had like 50 models. It was like, you had the Cutlass Supreme, the Cutlass Supreme L, the Cutlass Supreme LT. And then I'm making these names up. But like, that's kind of how it was if you look through an old Chevy brochure. Or, sorry, not Chevy, Oldsmobile. It's crazy. It's like they made other cars, but the Cutlass just had so many. Getting into the finer details on this Cutlass here, it looks almost purple under the light. It's blue in person, but it's a very pretty blue. Very nice metallic flake blue. Almost Monte Carlo-esque in the way the side panels are. Not sure if they share anything, but they do kind of look similar. Got the white pinstriping on the side. That's cool. Got that half vinyl roof. Gotta love that. Very period. White wall tires with a little bit of body color in the center. Got the cornering lights. I think that may be the first car we unboxed that has cornering lights, like, you know, the OG square ones on my, like, more modern cars we've unboxed. They all have them, but they're integrated into the design. Back here, they were kind of just thrown on because of the regulations. And this is before the third brake light, but I mean, this is close. 76 is, you know, most of the safety features had already been kind of implanted in cars, and a lot more are on the way. So that's really like the safety era. So let's look at the front here. Got a waterfall grille coming down from the top to the front. It's in 2 main sections. Then there's like 2 on each side. So there's really 4 grille pieces, it looks like. Still got the dual headlights with a turning signal and, I don't know, turning signal and maybe another light under them. What does that license plate say? It says Supreme, just like my channel. It is Supreme. On the back here, another license plate. Insanely small license plate. Look at that license plate on the front compared to the back. I'm not even going to try to read that. I'm guessing it says Supreme again. I noticed these taillights are a similar design to the taillights on my 442 from the previous video. If you look at them, look at that. The same design. Isn't that cool? Both kind of the curving lens down the sides. Got that big old chunky bumper. Gotta love. I really love. A lot of people hate the big bumpers on these 70s cars. But man, I think they're amazing. They're so period. Like, you don't see anything like that in the other generation of cars, especially on the Lincolns and Cadillacs of that area. Here's a 79 Lincoln. I mean, like, look at that bumper, right? That's just ginormous. A lot of great details on this car, though. I mean, look, you got the Oldsmobile logo right there on the C-pillar. And it's just like you're never going to see that kind of a small detail on a Hot Wheels. On the interior, we have that kind of like a light blue with a white. Very basic interior. But, I mean, I guess it's not. It is really nice. It's hard to see these interiors a lot of times because they're just so small. On the top, I want to point out this curved V-shaped back window. It's not just a regular curved window. It comes to a point right there, which I think is crazy. Like that glass must have sucked to replace. It must have been real hard to find that. Like nowadays, right? I'm sure they were plentiful back then, but now I would hate to have to find that. All right, let's break into the engine here. Let's see if it's going to be easy for us. Is it going to just pop right open? No, it's not. All right, sorry about that. I was able to get it open. Took a little bit of force, but we all got it, and there's no damage done. So, without further ado, let's take a look at that engine. This one also opens very good. We've been lucky with the engines lately. They've all been opening quite wide. All right, got a good old silver block in there. It is beautiful. It is nice and silver, and there's some black in there, and it's very detailed. I'm astounded how detailed they make these engines that most people are never even gonna really pay attention to. Very good engine. I guess it's a V8. I'm not really sure what the Cutlass offered. Very good though. Very nice casting. I was a little worried that the tires were big, but I think they're fine. I mean, I think it's just kind of how the car is. All diecast cars have bigger tires just because that's how the scaling works. And I was worried these would be a little too funky if you want to go with the 70s theme, but I think they work just fine. So let's move on to the 1972 Buick Riviera. This is possibly the prettiest Buick ever made. They've made some real nice cars in their day. Man, this one is just so nice. We got that boat tail. That's the most distinctive feature. That's what people know this car by. The boat tail Riv. So amazing. I mean, this car is an icon for car styling in general, not just for the Buick division. The only car that I would say that Buick's made that kind of matches up to this one, or maybe even exceeds it a little bit, is the new Invista. I love those cars. I'm not going to go on that rant right now, but if you want me to, tell me in the comments and I can publish a whole video on why I love the Invista. Anyway, you see that graceful line swooping down right here and then boots back up right at the wheel arch, and it's just graceful, majestic, and it looks like it's going 80 miles an hour while it's sitting still in my hand. Got a rear light right there, turning light up here, it looks like 72. That probably would have been the first time they would have had a turning light. We have Riviera written on the side. I forgot to point out, we actually also have Cutlass written on the side right here next to my thumb. Beautiful script, of course. It's just fancy. This was right under Cadillac, and the Riviera might have been equivalent to a Cadillac. This one, I like how this fender right here just kind of juts out. It's almost like a ship, if you will. And the front end with beautiful, beautiful design. Got those quad headlights. Got the blinker lights right here. License plate that's definitely not legible. A grill, and it all faces forward. Gotta love that. Love the I guess the negative facing grill, kind of like negative cambers like that. I'm pretty sure. Not sure what you'd call that. Negative angle maybe. It's very nice. This is an icon. Got louvers right here on the side. We got 4 of them, 2 on each side. Got some cargo space right here that you're never ever gonna use. And I'm guessing this comes up like on the actual car. I'm guessing this is storage space. I'm not sure how that would work with the window being right there and everything. It wouldn't have been a hatchback. I just noticed. So the whole rear end kind of is like in a V formation, going up like this and then going back down, kind of meeting right here at this point. It's just such a unique design. Like there's never been another car like this. There's been similar cars like the Rolls-Royce boat tail, but man, this car is just such one of the greatest cars ever. It's just absolutely graceful and beautiful. Speaking of grace and beauty, let's take a look at what lies beneath the hood of the 1972 Buick Riviera. There we go. Okay, this one is a big hood. Look at that. It's like, I like the design on that. It's just like a dagger. Oh, big old orange block in there, just like in the Oldsmobile in last video. Very, very nice indeed. Big old V8, of course. There's always V8s in these cars. I don't think, and in the history of this channel, that we've seen a vehicle with an engine that's not a V8. Of course, I have cars that don't have V8s in them under the hood. but those were opened way before I had the channel. Very big, beautiful engine in there. Of course, it was probably severely underpowered, as was the engine in the Oldsmobile because of the strict fuel emission standards. Like, this was probably a 6-something liter V8 that made 190 horsepower if you're lucky. But anyway, I mean, this is absolutely a gorgeous car. I'm so glad I picked this up. Nice color too. I'm not even sure. It's almost like a burnt orange, reddish, metallic, kind of auburn maybe. Very nice though. Super glad. I am super pumped to add these to the collection. Got the 1962 Chevrolet Bel Air, 1976 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, and the 1972 Buick Riviera. Thank y'all guys so much. If you like my video, subscribe, put a like on it, comment, tell me what y'all want to see more of, and I'll see y'all later.